As a person with chronic fatigue, the idea of committing to any daily goal quite honestly terrifies me. I know it would make achieving the regular NaNoWriMo challenge of 1,667 words a day impossible to commit to. But I make an exception for CampNaNo, where I get to set my own goals. Since I'm rewriting and editing, I chose a time-based goal because I think my work requires a bit more thought than if I were firing out a first draft. My goal? 15.5 hours. This equates to my regular goal of 30 minutes on average per day, with the focus of it being a formal challenge 2 to 3 times a year. It lets me focus and achieve even more. It helps me to pick up the pace, especially if I feel that my work is stagnating. My playlist is set and manuscript ready. I'm looking forward to the month. And at the end of this day, so far so good. Day 1, I achieved my 30-minute goal across 3 10-minute chunks. Week 1. Today's day 7 of camp, and I'm outside having a day off, joined over here by a little friend who likes to hang out under the rocks beneath our bird feeders. We're 1 week in, and my goal of 30 minutes a day seems to be going pretty well. I took the day off today because I was in front, and I had 2 late nights in a row, so I was lacking sleep. Very bad for a spoonie. Thankfully, I've already given myself a 4-day head start. The toughest part of week 1? Burnout towards the end. The highlight? Yesterday I split a scene in 2, then put each half in a different chapter. It made the perfect cliffhanger, and hopefully a good excuse for readers to keep turning the page. May take tomorrow off too, who knows? We'll take things one day at a time. Week 2. We've reached the halfway point. This week was a challenge. Owing to sudden and unexpected building works, I had to temporarily move out. I told myself it was a writing retreat, and my productivity went through the roof. Being housebound with chronic fatigue and autism, something, though, had to give. I struggled during the first few days, had an incredible day on day 11 with 2 1-hour stints, then crashed on day 14. Here I am, on day 15, embracing the literal CampNaNoWriMo spirit, writing, listening to audiobooks, and colouring in during the downtime. The toughest part of week 2? Balancing the energy drain of moving with editing. I could have called off the entire week, but I pushed through. The highlight? There was a wonderful moment in my writing where I had a breakthrough that had me fangirling over my own story. I think I'm on the right track with my subtle genre change. Week 3. 3 weeks in and just over a week to go. I managed a few productive writing sessions towards the start of the week, but alas, my impromptu self-styled writing retreat came to an end. I'm very pleased that I managed to knuckle down on my work, and even managed to maintain my weekly writing craft self-study sessions throughout. But then came the time to return home, and that was a fiasco. My wheelchair taxi broke down with me in the back of it. My stair lift at home had stopped working. Cleaning fumes triggered an asthma attack, and we have scaffolding still up at the windows. I had to take a couple of days off writing to pull myself around, but I'm very thankful I'd built up a healthy lead to make it possible. Day 21 finds me camping out in my living room, still in true CampNaNo spirit, as the last building work is finished. The most difficult part of the week? The energy drain of once again changing location. The highlight? Going from using a 15-inch screen back to my 21-inch screen laptop. Seeing my work so large and clearly again genuinely made me well up. Week 4. Day 24. Surprisingly, I've entered day 24 needing only 6 minutes to complete my challenge. I'm all achy from still sleeping in the living room, but optimistic. At the end of the day, how did I get on? I worked for 8 minutes. CampNaNoWriMo complete. After that, I decided I'd like to honour something called a weekend. Here's where I end my vlog. I won. My 15 hours, 32 minutes achieved. My total worked out for the month? Find out with me during my roundup video for July, so stay tuned. My highlight this week? Crossing the finish line with time to spare. The toughest part of the week? Going from a large-scale plot in one scene to a small character interaction in the next. It's difficult to scale that back sometimes. Now I'm off to rest and celebrate, but I'll be picking it back up again on Monday as I write my story one day at a time.